Alright everybody, this is Gus, back with another gameplay commentary. The gameplay you're watching right now is from Halo 4, from the map Solace. Not the best gameplay, but a very good, solid team win. And I wanted to bring you this gameplay because I don't really bring too many Solace gameplays. For some reason I get my ass kicked on this map a lot, so I actually had a pretty decent score on this one, so I decided to bring it to you guys. Now, what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the Lakers. It's a very big week for them. And I know some of you guys might not be into sports. That's fine. Check back with me starting tomorrow. I'm going to be having I plan on doing like another 4 more commentaries this week. So maybe 3, but we'll see how everything goes. I've been kind of sick, so I actually wanted to do this commentary yesterday, but I started coughing up a lung and couldn't do it, so I feel a little bit better today. I think I can get through it. And yeah, so stay tuned. If you're not into this type of commentary, that's fine. Come back, and I've got a nice variety of stuff for you guys this week, so check back for more. But moving on with the Lakers, very important week. Now, last week they had a pretty decent record. Starting Wednesday, they beat the Hornets on the road, which any win's a good one at this point of the season. They need wins. I understand that, but the problem is I was not impressed with the way they beat that team. I mean, they had to come back from behind, pretty much scratching and clawing their way back. It was kind of embarrassing, really. When I turned on the game, I was just very disappointed. I mean, they know that they need wins at this point, and to be having to pull one out this way against a team that's 20 games below 500, it's kind of embarrassing. Now, Friday, they played the Raptors, and again, another team that they're not a very good team. I mean, the Raptors are 24-39, and this was a home game, and I figured after that scare against the Hornets that they would step up their game and pretty much blow out the Raptors. Now, the Raptors have been playing better basketball since they've gotten Rudy Gay, but still no excuse. You know, they had to pretty much survive on Kobe's heroics. 3 big shots, lucky shots, whatever you want to call them. They had to pull that one out in overtime, so I was not impressed with that win either. Now, the Chicago win, I'm not going to go as far as to overdo it and say, oh, I was very impressed, but it wasn't that bad of a win. I know that team is hurting right now. They're missing a lot of players, but Chicago's a tough team. They always play tough. They play real hard for their coach. They play good defense. So I was actually pretty happy with that win because Lakers pretty much took control in the third quarter, and it was pretty much in their hands for the rest of the game. So I was pretty satisfied with that win. I didn't really have a problem with it, but they're gonna have to do better in these next few games if they're gonna make any moves for the playoffs. Because right now they're in technically, but Utah owns the tiebreaker. So once Utah plays its next game and wins, if it hasn't already, they're going to be tied up again with the tiebreaker against the Lakers. So they need to start playing the way they should be playing and beating these sorry teams handily, you know, without struggling. So starting tonight, it's getting, what, Tuesday night? The 12th, they're going to be playing Dwight Howard's old team, the Orlando Magic. Now, I'm hoping that Dwight Howard needs to bring his A game. No bullshit, no excuses, no shoulder crap. This is your old team. He needs to show up. We don't need the mental Dwight Howard that, you know, is feeling bad that he left. No, we don't need that shit. He needs to step up tonight, and they need to win this game, and they need to win it comfortably. I'm talking about blowout fashion, at least 15-point victory, and this is a must-win. This is a must-win because this is one of those below 500 teams. And let's see, what's their record as of yesterday? I don't know if they played last night, but they were 18-46. Now, I know the Magic are at home, but 18-46 is not a good record. I know they've had some decent wins this year, but they're hurting. They're hurting. So there's no reason why the Lakers, if they want to consider themselves not even championship contenders, but playoff contenders, they need to take care of business tonight. And the reason why is because tonight they start a road trip. So after the Magic, they have the Hawks. And the Hawks, They're not a bad team. They're not the greatest team. The Lakers should also beat that team, and they need to beat that team. But that's why tonight is critical, because they need to get off to the right start, because next will be the Hawks, who are going to be looking for a little bit of revenge against the Lakers, the Lakers barely beat them by 1 point. So following the Magic game, they're going to go to Atlanta. They need to win that game too, because the following game is against the Pacers. Pacers are no joke this year. Now, Miami kicked their ass a couple of days ago, but Indiana pretty much beat them, what, 2 times this year already? In pretty much blowout fashion. So Indiana is no joke. I don't expect the Lakers to win that game. And that's why it's kind of critical that they win the first 2 games of this road trip. Orlando and Atlanta, they need to win, because I'm pretty much counting this Indiana game as a loss, just because I don't think the Lakers are at that point yet where they're playing consistent, good team basketball. Now, you might get individual efforts. Kobe might have a nice game. Dwight Howard might have a nice game. Steve Nash, so on and so forth. But as far as their team play goes, I'm not sure if it's where it needs to be. So they need to beat the first 2 teams on this road trip. Then they've got Indiana. If they win, fantastic. That'd be awesome. But if they lose, I can deal with that. And then they're going to wrap up the week on Sunday back at home against the Kings, who they also need to beat. So the next 4 games, it's pretty critical that they play focused. Again, they're not in the driver's seat here for the playoff picture. They need to win these games. Everything's pretty much a must win at this point. I mean, when you're in the 8th seed, 9th seed, you got to pretty much win every game you can. So I think it's important now for the Lakers to come together, start playing together as a team, not just offensively, but the defense has been horrible. And you're seeing all these teams that they don't even score 100 points a game, when the Lakers are letting them have 100+ points. It's pretty ridiculous. So I think it's important that they get that shit together, start playing better team defense, and get the offense flowing a bit better. And this road trip can kind of get them on the right track. You know, the Lakers, there's still an opportunity for them to get hot. If you guys remember a couple years ago when Dallas won it all, they got hot at the right time. I think the Lakers kicked their ass in the season series, but come playoff time, the Mavericks were hitting their stride, and they just beat the Lakers down. So it all depends on how you go into the playoffs. If the Lakers start playing a lot better, more chemistry on offense, you know, Nash, he's not going to get as many assists as he did in Phoenix, because he doesn't have the shooters. They play with a real center in LA, and they have Pau Gasol, so he's not going to get the assists that he's used to getting. But he can still be a force offensively. He can still set things up, and I don't think it's a bad thing if Nash gets about 5-6 assists a game. You know, it seems like Kobe's stepping up his assist game, so that's fine. But he needs to play better. Kobe needs to play, pretty much keep on pace where he's been. I think he's had a pretty solid year, so he needs to keep doing what he's doing. And Dwight Howard, he can't have any more of these, you know, 7-point games, 10 assists bullshit. He needs to be bringing 15 and 15 or even more points on a consistent basis, and every game too. Ron Artest is going to pitch in. Then they have Earl Clark. If he pitches in a good 10, 12 points, 8 rebounds, they'll be in good shape. So in addition to the offense, they need to start getting together defense, doing what they need to do, and they'll be all right. So we'll see what happens. It all starts tonight. I'm hoping they kick some ass. But to me, this is a very telling week. If you see them lose tonight and lose against the Kings, then you can forget about it. It's done. It's over. And now I know mathematically it isn't done, but if they're going to lose against shit like that, then they might as well just hang it up and actually let somebody in the playoffs that's going to take care of business. So we'll see what they do. I'm hoping for the best. But this will tell it all, people. That's the thing. They cannot afford to be blowing any more games against this shitty competition. So tonight, big game, 4 o'clock my time. I'll be checking it out, and we'll see how it goes. Come next week, probably Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to be giving a wrap-up of how the week went. Hopefully I have good news, and I'm out.